beaten off. Like, if you didn't do that, like, come on, man. Like, when I used to go to Catholic school, and that's the thing, like, growing up, my parents was kind of like a different way of, like, being raised and that shit. But, like, growing up in Catholic school was kind of, like, different. I mean, in some regards, it's, like, kind of the same. When it comes to, like, what areas they restrict in, I mean, both are kind of retarded, but I understand, like, moral law and the reason for it. I'll tell you why in a bit. Because I saw something really fucked up today. Well, I mean, not really saw, but like, just... It was like a movie review. Of like the Serbian movie. That's what it's called. I don't know if you ever saw that. But that shit right there is just like, damn, no wonder like moral laws exist and shit. And like, sometimes religion is so like, I don't know, push down people's throats, I guess. Like, not like that, but like, just gets like courage or something. Like, when I was looking at the review of that movie, I was like, damn, like, people are really fucked up. Like, they'll go to like so much fucking lengths. Yo, look up that shit when you get a chance. The Serbian movie review, like whenever you're alone or something.
Oh, Serbian film?
The Serbia film, yes, yeah. You know about it?
Like I heard about it, I never saw it. Like Russo suggested that I watch it, but
Russo is fucked up. Did he see that shit? And then like its entirety?
Yeah. He never told me like what. He never told me like what happens. Like,
I can't tell you. Yeah, I can't tell you either. I don't want my YouTube to get deleted. It's like, and usually I don't really say that. Like, I don't really say stuff like that. Like, I don't want my YouTube to get deleted, but it's a very crazy movie. Like, if I have it, I can't explain it. But like, the guy who does the movie review thing, I guess his channel is more set out for him to review that, so he could take the risk for his channel getting fucked up. But it's done under a context that people will get, you know? You clicked on it so you'll like, understand what you're getting into. If I feel like I was to say it here, I'll fucking disturb people. But it's a sick movie though. It's really fucked up. I don't want to watch it in its entirety, to be honest with you. I don't know how Dre did that, but like, I don't know if you would want to watch that shit. Did you? Okay, so did you ever watch the ABCs of Death?
It looks funny to me.
Really?
Doesn't it like go through the alphabet of ways to die?
Did you see the second one?
Mm-mm.
The second one is kind of fucked up. It kind of trends near the Serbian movie type shit, but I'll say by like shit 30%. It was a certain and some other movie too. Some other movie review I was watching before you had invited me, and the Wi-Fi had fucked up. What's this shit name? The Praise? Less the Praise or some shit? It's some movie about it's based on Nazi Germany. Like these group of people that belong under the Nazi regime, they start taking just prisoners, kids, and civilians, whatever they could find, and they recruit them into like this sex cult type shit. And Yeah, a lot of fucked up shit happens. This is really fucked up. It's an old movie too. It's like 70s.
And what's called them?
I gotta see. Let me get my phone out. What the fuck? Sallow. Or it's called 120 Days of Sodom. Like I didn't even get past the. Well, actually, yeah, I got past like 10 minutes, and it was just like completely fucked up. But it's something like the Nazis will deadass do. Like you can see them doing that shit. It is crazy though. One scene, they were they punished a girl, right? And I'm not laughing at the girl shit. I'm gonna laugh at the shit that happened afterwards, right? They the girl, right? She fucked up on something, and they beat her. Then like the guy that was there, like he was fucking her and shit. After that shit happened, the girl, like she was just there, and she just like went in the corner. She started crying and shit. Then one of the niggas that was with them in the party was like, my turn. Like one of the leaders, he was like, my turn. And he looked like he was about to go and fuck her, but he pulled down his pants and like just got his ass fucked and was laughing at her while getting his shit fucked. I was like, yo, what the fuck this movie's about? This movie is really fucked up. Like I don't know how people could watch that like movies like that in completion. I'll only watch like movie review of that shit, but like Sallow and like a Serbian film, I can't watch that shit. It's too. And it makes me wonder, like, how do they get kids to do that shit? Or go along with, like, movie scripts like that? That's, like, really... I don't know. It's fucked up.
Yeah, like, I guess they know it's not real, so it's like,
Like, I don't know, man. You have to sit a kid down and deadass like explain to him like what's going on, because even like those old 70s movies, because they don't have special effects or like a lot of shit to like fake things, you know. They have to be there to act the moment out, because most of these films were like some type of weird crazy shit, like sex crazy shit or whatever. Like they trapped in a cult and they gotta get out, or they trapped in a Nazi thing or whatever and they gotta get out. Like it's Hostel 50% up.
all the time of the kids, and how they play with that.
I can't hear you.
I said, how are the the kids' parents, like, okay with it?
Okay with that. Yeah, that's another thing too. There's some crazy shit. Cause I mean, if you're gonna tell me like, yo, your kid is gonna be like portrayed as that in the movie, even though they probably like, all right, let's give them the benefit of doubt, and they probably do like fucking guidelines or some shit, some editing shit to make it seem like, oh, they were laid here, and like, you know, they had this, you know. I don't know how they'll do that though in the 70s or the 80s. That's like fucking ridiculous. And these are like independent films. These are not like It's not like Terminator budgeted films. But granted, this shit was like done in France and like Eastern Europe. It's like still fucked up. It's like still So weird.
Yeah, people's cultures are different, man. Like, and they would never do that shit. Like America, like a big like company, like fucking Warner Brothers or all that other shit. Disney, they wouldn't do anything like that. Like,
Lionsgate was close though. With that
yeah,
ABC had that
Lionsgate
too.
Lionsgate is different. But I remember when Paranormal Activity came out, they were just like, yo, like, based on a true story, like, people are scared, like, they don't want to go to sleep after this.
Oh, we're retarded.
And I watch it, and I'm like, the fuck?
Because our fears are like... Our fears are more like I can't say superficial, but like more spiritual. Like we want something out of this world to scare us. We never think of like humans getting together and like fucking you up type shit. For no reason. Even though that shit happens like every day.
Yeah, like it. I guess because they're so used to seeing like that's why like horror, like slasher films don't really like hit. Like they hit, like they're good, but like they're not scared of it.
I'll say
It's
like American slasher films, right?
Yeah, American slasher films. Like but religion is a huge thing. Like Kayla, that she does not want to. She wouldn't watch anything like. She wouldn't watch The Exorcist.
Sorry.
She wouldn't. She wouldn't watch anything Oh
VR
shit!
Broken? Hold up, I think my VR is broken now. What the fuck? No, you're not. You wasn't cutting out. It was my stupid VR headset was doing dumb shit just now.
Oh, okay.
Shit! I'm gonna have to spend $2,000, brother, on a whole new life. were you saying with Kayla?
She wouldn't watch anything like religious. Like she wouldn't watch The Exorcist. There's a movie coming out with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, right? And it's like what the fuck is it called? It's gonna bother me if I don't find out. Let me see. So Jerry Lawler and Enzo had a casket match.
What? We're now. That was some indie shit, right?
Yeah, of course.
Where did they have that, and why? That's not even his specialty match.
Movie's called The Unholy. But yeah, they had a casket match.
Oh, the Jeffrey Dean Morgan movie?
Yeah, she wouldn't watch it. I told her, I was just like, yo, you should watch it. Da, da, da. She was like, nah, she doesn't want to watch it. Like anything that has to do with the devil, because she's like religious to an extent.
Yeah.
So like, she was just like, nah, she's not with that.
Sorry about that. I remember when The Exorcism first came out, people were freaking out. Like I think people were like fainting and crying and shit. Cause like that was like the first day I've ever seen of like a human being, I guess, act like that.
And
I mean, just look supernatural, I guess, in a very good effects way.
Yeah, like you saw the director's cut.
Nah.
Where they show, and during certain scenes they show like flashes of like the devil and stuff, and like random parts of the room. Yeah, like they'll have like a conversation or someone's walking through a room, and like it'll like on one side of the room it'll show like a quick flash of like the devil or whatever.
What is he wearing? Like a red suit or some shit?
No. It's in the form of the little girl who's possessed.
So wait, I never seen that. Like, do they have like pictures of that shit?
Yeah, if you, I'm a YouTube guy, as a matter of fact.
I'll look up the movie review if anything, because I'll be looking at them like horror movie reviews and shit when I'm bored. But damn, that's crazy. Maybe they had a director's cut playing for the first viewing, because I remember like the first viewing, people were getting sick and shit. Well, I remember, I heard like horror historians talk about that shit. That's crazy. But I mean, yeah, with the thing with Kayla and shit, My grandparents are like that in a way, but I'm good. Like I was, I don't know, cause it's like just movies, dude. Like it's fake. I think the only thing that's not really fake is like something that kind of like got me questioned in a moment. That's like, yo, I don't think this is like a fake movie. Probably like the Serbian film. Yeah, I mean it is fake, but I'm like just to get people to do that shit, or just like kids to be in a movie like that. I think it's weird. Like, how do you do that shit? How do you explain to a kid, or how do you explain to the parents, or whatever? Like, yeah, how do they allow that shit? That's very crazy. And the other movie that I was talking about, Salo, in the 70s, like, how are they allowing that shit? Even though they're, I don't know, like, it's just crazy shit. But granted, I mean, they do have actors that look like, you know, like grown 26-year-old people that look like kids and shit. So like they can get away with stuff like that. Oh, I saw this face before. That's from the stupid Exorcist?
Yes, from Exorcist.
I'm weak. I remember seeing his face so much, but I didn't know it was from like that exact movie. Weak. Didn't
What's
they?
crazy is like they couldn't put that in theaters because like the reactors or whatever, the people watching it, like they complained.
Yeah, people would be too retarded. They will freak the fuck out. And granted, because like I'll give them it, because like not a lot of people know about film technology like that back in the day, so they'll definitely freak the fuck out. I mean, now we know about like suggestive like programming or whatever, and subliminal messaging and all that bullshit. So it's not like crazy to me. Like, I feel like if you understand it and you're self-aware, it shouldn't be that as crazy to you. I think if it's something that, I don't know. I'm just saying, those two movies I saw, it was really extreme. I didn't even see them in like full completion, but it just looked very extreme. Like movies like that, it just gets me wondering, like, damn. Like, I wonder if that movie was real or not.
Like, there's another scene. Hold on, I'm gonna show you right now.
Like, I'll give Kayla the benefit of doubt with the whole Ouija board shit that they tend to do in movies a lot.
Oh, the Ouija board?
Yeah.
Like, it got to the point where, like...
It is very overused.
Yeah, like, she... When it comes to, like, Ouija boards, like, she doesn't really, like, care about that, but... She's one of those people where she... Oh, are you watching the thing?
Oh, yeah. My bad. What you were saying? She's
No,
one
I'll
of those
wait till you
people...
finish. No, this is gonna come after me.
Like this shit, like flashing, and people too will remember, like during the 70s, this shit came out in the 70s, right? Or the 80s? The Exorcist.
Good question.
That's like the
I wanna
70s.
say...
This is like during
Did you see
MK Ultra.
the subliminal shit?
Yeah, this is like during MK Ultra shit.
1973.
No wonder people were freaking out, probably too. Because some people were survived MK Ultra and went and probably saw this movie and probably freaked the fuck out. It was like, yo, I am not with this shit. But it's so
like
goofy.
she believes in like God or whatever. So she believes. So obviously you have to believe in the devil or whatever. That kind of stuff is kind of like attracting it in a sense. Like,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
me, it doesn't really bother me, but with her, like she said she'd rather not attract all that.
It doesn't bother me either. Like, I just think it's like dead ass movies. I do
Yeah, it's
think,
just a movie.
but I do think Exorcist is like trying to open up a door to something, like show people that yeah, this shit does exist. Like some weird shit. Did you ever see the last Conjuring?
Yeah, the devil made me do it.
Yeah, yeah. And the people in the jail were like, what, what the fuck made that shit happen? They can't even give that guy a proper sentence.
I think they just gave him like manslaughter or something.
Yeah, but they cut his sentence down to like 3 years, I think.
They said it's a true story, like they gave like proof or whatever. I'm like, that's crazy, I never heard about it. But like the Conjuring movies aren't really scary to me. Like I think The Exorcist like stands like the test of time. Like you can show this movie and
be like,
people will still you can show that movie and they'll still get scared of it. Yeah.
Really? I think I'll be alright with that
like,
shit.
Like the scene of her like crawling down the steps and like her possessed and her voice change, all that other shit. It'll scare people. Kayla refuses to watch. This woman is 23 years old. She refuses to watch The Exorcist.
I mean, a general audience that's like really like not aware about like. I mean, that's very superstitious. I'll give him that. I'll give you that. Because I feel like I've seen like crazier horror movies that were like indie level.
We've seen. Like we watched The Strange Thing About the Johnsons. Like we know there's like sick of shit out there.
All right. Disregarding like human shit, right? Like, what was the scariest supernatural movie you ever seen? And disregarding aliens too.
I don't think I've ever like gotten like scared of like a supernatural movie.
Really?
What I will tell you is when I was younger, and to this day, it's one of my favorite like horror series or whatever. When I was younger, the idea of Saw like had me shook a little bit, because anyone can do that. Like you and I can get bored and be like, "Yo, let's rent a space and like put mad barbed wire around it, kidnap someone, and then make them go through the barbed wire so they can be free and some shit like that."
Yeah,
and
I
it's
mean,
just like, yo, like what if niggas like kidnap me and shit and like make me do it? Like it's wild easy to do that.
that is true. That's human shit. That's human shit. What is one?
With supernatural? Nah, I've never really
Nothing
like,
supernatural.
been scared of it.
Maybe because you kept looking at the real supernatural show, like on WB, and you just was like, man, this shit is just like, you probably could figure out a whole bunch of fixes for that shit.
Oh no, because I ruined horror movies for myself. Like that's how I'm not afraid of it. I ruin it for myself. Like horror movies nowadays are so textbook that I can tell you when a jump scare is gonna happen before it happens. So like, whenever it looks like something's gonna happen, I tell myself, all right, so this is probably gonna happen. So when it happens, you know what to do. And when it happens, it's whatever to me, like that, and I know it's just a movie.
Even when you were like 9, 10.
Didn't really bother me. My mom made me watch The Exorcist when I was little. Like when I was a baby. Like she made my older sister watch it, and till this day she's terrified of clowns. And she made me watch The Exorcist when I was little.
Yeah, I saw The Exorcist too when I was like young as shit. I saw that shit when I was like 9.
Yeah.
But that shit never scared me for some reason. Like I used to just, man, I used to laugh at that shit. Cause I used to
Because we
think,
built different.
nah, but like the thing she used to say was mad funny though. She used to just cussing these niggas out and shit, and vomiting and shit. Like it was a humor factor to her too as well. So like I couldn't fully be scared of the movie. The only thing that used to make me scared of The Exorcist was your stupid screamers shit. Remember we used to get like videos, and at the end or some shit it'll just like be a screamer if like the Exorcist girl or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be like the only thing from that movie that will scare me as a kid. Other than that, like that movie never really scared me. Actually, the second one kind of spooked me out. It was one where I think it was one where they went to Africa for a little bit in the beginning. They went to Africa and they were trying to exorcise mad African niggas or some shit. Like it was like mad demon shit going down there, and that shit kind of spooked me out because I was like, ah. But I mean, it wasn't something that was like scary that stuck with me. What was one movie though? Shit. I'm trying to remember like a movie as a kid. I don't want to say Paranormal Activity, but the only thing that freaked me out from that movie is when that guy got dragged out the bed when he was sleeping. That's one of my fears. I don't want to get dragged out to the forest, like in the middle of a forest, and just wake up and like yo, how did I get here? You know, or in the basement. That's some fucked up shit. What else?
What you know what movie people were scared of too back in the day? To this day, I have no idea why. The Omen.
Oh, The Omen. But I liked the Omen for the story though. I didn't think it was like scary.
To this day, my mom and I quote the "It's all for you, Damien."
It's all for you, Damien. It's all for you. He was wildin'. The Ring freaked me out when I was a kid, and it's stupid now looking back at it, but like the whole thing about we used to go to like Blockbuster and like get videotapes, and you know, even though DVD was out, like a lot of people still had like videotapes and shit like during like the early 2000s, and that shit
that's
was out.
understandable.
Yeah,
because it's like, bro, I could get a hold of the wrong movie at any time and watch this shit and die in a week.
And sometimes people used to get wrong movies from like, let's say you never went to Blockbuster, but you used to go to like a mom and pop like video store, which my parents used to do. Sometimes you'll get like shit like that. You'll get like wrong movies, some shit, some people taped over or whatever. You have to return it back. So like that concept is pretty scary.
They actually made
shit.
like a sequel to The Ring, kind of in a sense, but they made it so it's not a tape anymore; it's a video. So like it's an internet video. So now it's just it brings into now like everyone is gonna die then in a sense.
Yeah. Word. At least the tape was like something special. Like you really had to go find that shit. Like even now today, if you still made it a tape, you will have to go find it. Find a VCR. You'll have to look for death, you know, to prove
Matter
it.
of fact, I pulled Desire. I lied. You know what? To this day, I know is not real, but I took like no one in this house. My mom, my sister, and I like we haven't done it. You know what we don't do?
What?
We do not say Candyman in the mirror 5 times.
What?
Never done. My mom and my sister, they tried doing it together. They went into the bathroom. You got to do it with the lights off. So like you go in the bathroom or whatever, you say it 5 times. They only got to 3, and they were just like, let's not. And the
Yo,
thing about it is, what made it eerie is the fact that, bro, like, just if you mind your business, he'll never come after you.
I ain't gonna
Just
like
don't say his name.
Candyman was type spooky as a kid, but it was nothing that really lingered in my head, like to kind of be scared of. I don't know why, but looking at it now, cause he is he's a hood nigga, spiritual,
Yeah.
a demon hood nigga. He's a shaitan hood nigga. So like, it's gonna be fucked up. Like, that's for us. That's for us to fucking go through, Justin, and like the gentrifiers as well. But like, that shit not living in the suburbs. That shit living in the shit, in the trenches with us. So that movie kind of creeped me out, but I was alright with it though. Think about what's one movie?
Well,
That's about it.
yeah, like outside of like Saw or whatever, because it's just like, bro, like I can be walking down the street because niggas get kidnapped all the time. So like that, and you can mix it in with like the dark web or whatever. Like there's probably niggas that fucking set up saw traps, or you don't have to do an intricate saw trap like the the bear trap one or the shit you put on your face. Like I said, like there was a scene where this guy, he after watching that scene, I'm like, yo, niggas can get me like that. There was a scene where this guy woke up and Jigsaw was just like, you know, the usual shtick, like I want to play a game or whatever. And he's like, you spent your life hating yourself and cutting yourself and self-harm or whatever. Now, if you want to live, you're gonna have to cut yourself. You're gonna have to go through this entire room of barbed wire, and if you don't do it in a certain amount of time, the door locks and you're there forever. So he had to, like, he was naked, and I think he had like alcohol on him or some shit like that, and he had to go through the whole room with barbed wire. I'm like, yo, like, you know how easy it is to get barbed wire? Like,
I remember seeing one Saw scene where I think some guy had to dig inside his own stomach to find a key. I think it was either his own stomach or somebody else's.
oh no, this girl, she had the trap on and around her neck, and he was just like, if you want the key is inside your boyfriend's stomach.
Yeah.
So she went up to him and she thought he was dead, but he was still alive.
Mm-hmm. Some shit like that. That shit fucked me up.
Yeah, there was another one where he had the whole like trap on his head, and in order to get the key, he had to cut out his eye because the key was behind his eye.
Yes, that one fucked me up as well. And that fucked me up because I was like, yo, who is doing this shit without no surgical scars, nothing, putting keys behind people's eyes and shit. The Jigsaw man, I don't know, that's crazy shit. But I used to be more scared for my parents than like me experiencing that. Cause I don't know, I never used to see kids in the movies, so I never used to like be like, oh, you know, it's just this shit's for me to experience. So like I used to be more like scared, like, oh damn, I hope like none of my family gets caught up in this shit. It'll be fucked up. But one movie though that I saw that kind of messed me up was Hostel.
Oh yeah, because that shit's real.
Yeah, the second one where they were betting on the girls. That one fucked me up. It made me not want to travel to Eastern Europe at all, or just any type of Europe country until I'm really conscious where I'm getting to.
Yeah, it made me not want to leave America, because like everyone's just like, yo, we outside, like we trying to travel, this, that, and the third, and the only one with like the logical sense in their head was Genesis. Kuan Yin was just like, yo, Genesis, you and me, let's just go to California by ourselves. And Genesis had to be like, yo, Justin, you gotta come with me. I'm like, why? She's like, cause niggas get kidnapped every day. Like, I'm not trying to so going to fucking, what was it, Amsterdam?
Where did they go? They went to, I think, Berlin or something. If Amsterdam is crazy though, that'd be crazy if you get fucked up in Amsterdam like that. I don't think it was Amsterdam though. I think it was somewhere like a little bit towards Eastern Europe. Because I remember the language being kind of fucking rough. And it was like kind of dirty looking.
Hostel, the first Hostel takes place in Slovakia.
That's the one they were selling the girls?
Filmed in the Czech Republic and Germany. The first one. The second one, this film takes place in Las Vegas?
What?
Hostel, both Hostel and its sequel were outlawed in the country for excessive cruelty, as well as for portraying the neighborhood as a place where tourists are routinely tortured for money.
Yeah, because there's some truth behind that, I think. That should actually happen. Quarter owl shit.
Like, I'm telling you, like, and I felt bad because this is when I first started talking to Kayla, so, like, I didn't really know how she would react to certain things. Like, now I know, back of my hand, but before I didn't. So, like, we watched the first, Unfriended. We watched the first Unfriended, and she liked it. Like, she didn't really have an issue with it. We watched the second Unfriended because this girl's like paranoid. Like, she thinks like this girl's paranoid. Not like not really bad paranoid, but like, we watched that movie. Did you see the second one?
I didn't think I see both of them. I gotta see both of them.
So the second one is this guy. He goes to a cafe and he finds a laptop in the lost and found.
Yeah.
So he takes the laptop. He calls his friends on it. He's like, "Yo, I got a new laptop because mine was shit." Like, and he ends up finding an account for like cryptocurrency for like $1 billion gazillion or whatever.
Yeah.
And he also finds a link to the dark web. So he goes on it and he watches a video, and he ends up getting caught. He ends up getting tracked or whatever. And all his friends, they all end up dying a certain way. And like, the end is because he has like a deaf girlfriend, right? So like he tries to like make a software where they can communicate over video chat or whatever.
Yeah.
So at the end, all his friends are dying around him, and he's realizing it's because of the dark web shit. So he calls his girl, and he's just like, he texts his girl. He does sign language, and he goes, "Meet me at this place." So she's like, all right. So she goes over to the place, and they hack the guy's phone, and they send her another address to go to. So she goes to that address, and he goes on the laptop, and there's a video of her walking into like an abandoned warehouse, and because she's deaf, she doesn't hear the guy coming. The guy runs up to her and like knocks her out and like grabs her and like cuts the video. So like, she's in like the movie is
like very
crazy.
found footage-y-esque.
Yeah, like the movie's crazy to the point where like Kayla didn't, it was bothering her for like weeks.
How?
And I'm just like, I'm sorry, because she's like she like, because it's true in a sense, because the dark web is real.
Yeah,
like, people can easily hack your shit. Like, people could, like, when I told her that I can find her family's address in 10 seconds, like, she was just like, what do you mean? I'm like, you never heard of white pages?
Yeah, that's been a thing.
She was like, no, because she, like I said, like, see, I've experienced more than she has. Like, she swears she swears she's more mature than me, and she says that, and I just go, okay,
the
whatever.
yellow pages too.
I tell him, like, look, like, I can reverse track your number. I can put your number in and find out where you live. It's that easy. Like, I put in my name and my past and I moved around so much, I thought I was under witness protection. Every address I lived at was on that website. So, and my family.
Well, you got
members.
mail. That's why. You probably got mail from corporations like Geico
So
or some shit. To track
like that's how they're able to find out where you've lived at. And I told her, I'm like, it's wild easy. Like I found out where like her dad used to live. Like I found out mad shit. She was just like, is my name on there? I'm like, no, because you don't pay bills, so your name isn't on anything. Like mine's on the rent, so of course my name's gonna come up. Mine's on fucking National Grid, so of course my name's gonna come up.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I told her, all that shit is real. Just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it's not real. It's definitely real.
You can even run background checks on where you worked.
Yeah. She was just like, should I change your number? Should I change my number? I'm like, that's stupid. Like, that's dumb. They're gonna figure it out either way. Like,
you could live her life on Signal or some shit.
Yeah, you better. Like,
but that still won't make a difference.
Bravo 6, go dark and like go to the woods or something, and like cut off all communication. If you be honest, if you feel this strongly about it, but that's just how life works. Anyone can hack your shit. Just hope you're not one of them.
I remember one night when I was on VR. I think I was telling you about this shit where I made fun of this guy that was in a cryptocurrency party, but it was just me and him, and I was like tripping off shrooms one night, just laughing my ass off, and I looked at this dude that was in the VR chat with me, and I was just like looking at him, and I was like, yo, you a goofy motherfucker. And I just started like cutting his ass and shit, and he was like, but he was just staring at me for the whole time. So I just had to say something, because I was like, yo, your body is turned at me, and I can see your head move, and I can see your hands move a little bit, but it's like on some creepy shit. Like he's just standing still, Justin, but his neck is turned to look at me, and I'm just like, I had to turn my whole VR body to like look at him, and I was like, yo, I was just cutting his ass. Then after that, I was like, why you keep looking at me? Why you keep looking at me? Then afterwards, he was like, oh, it's very unwise to come to a cryptocurrency party and troll, especially when there's a lot of tech savvy people in there that could just find your IP or whatever, some shit. But I was like, yo, do that shit. I don't give a fuck. Like, do it.
Do it, pussy.
Weird. I was on my dumb 6ix9ine shit, right? But something just gave me like the creeps, and I just felt very creepy. Like my body just like got mad cold, like on some very weird shit. Like I never felt like that on a VR game or on some VR shit before. And something told me like to just be like, yo, I'm just fucking with you. I don't mean, yeah, I'm just fucking with you. Something told me to say that. Cause he afterwards he just kept staring at me still. Like he just went to this, after he said the shit, he just like went back to staring at me. He didn't leave. But I outstared him though. Like I made sure like at least to get the last buck, like the last, hurrah in the situation. So I just played like a staring game with him. But yeah, that whole encounter was like a good hour, and like he only spoke for 5 minutes when he said that shit, then went back to staring at me and shit, and I was like, what the fuck?
It's the niggas with like, it's the men of a few words that you gotta. If someone's like, there are people who obviously talk shit that are like about it. I talk shit all the time.
Not only that, Justin. I gotta say this one thing. Not only that, because it's different on Facebook, right? I mean, you could probably get that type of fear on Facebook a little bit, but I don't think it's like this was a level of craziness. You ever seen like VR chat or like big screen or some shit? where like their bodies, their avatars. Like, you know when somebody's behind a VR avatar and when it's just an AI, to be honest with you. That nigga was not an AI. He was like a real person, just sitting still, but like had his neck turned for like a good amount of time, like very long. Something to give you a neck cramp, bro. That's how scary it was. But and he only spoke like 2 or 3 sentences, and that was it.
Oh, that's how you know something ain't right up there.
Yeah, and
That's why you gotta be like, look, my bad.
And the sentences was like something that was not even a threat, but it was just like a suggestion. Like, you know, you shouldn't be like trolling people that are, you know, in a cryptocurrency party that are tech savvy and they know how to like hack and all that shit. And he just left it like that and just kept looking at me. He turned his head and just kept looking at me for the whole time.
If I'm sober, I'd be like, alright, my bad. If I'm drunk and someone was to be like, you know, you shouldn't be, I'd be like, suck my dick.
I was fucked up. I was like on the Holy Trinity, honestly. I was like on liquor and shrooms and weed that night. Cause like beforehand we were just like partying on that VR shit. So I went there to like just go like crash out and just say bullshit and just like troll people for the night. But that one particular guy was just like creepy. Like, what the fuck?
Here you go, what the fuck?
What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, that one particular guy was just very weird. And he didn't do anything. Like, I checked my bank accounts afterwards and all that. I'm cool. But granted, I heard the whole IP tracking thing before from Zaire. So I shouldn't be getting scared of that one.
It doesn't really bother me. Like, there was a guy that a person that like Candace was using, and she's one of those people where like if she wants company, like she won't really be your friend. Yeah, like that's for whatever reason that was her like fixation. So like she won't really be your friend. You're only there because like she needs someone there. So like there was this random guy, like this random white awkward kid, and he was like, I guess he was tight that like Candace and I would hang out, and he would like pick her up from my house or whatever, and like she treated him like shit. And he said something to me, and like I'm a dickhead now, but I was worse back then. So like I clowned his shit. And he was just like, yo, if he keeps talking, I'ma shut off his modem or some shit like that.
Whoa!
Yeah, like he said he was gonna cut my shit off. And at that point, there are only 2 things you can do when it comes to niggas that can actually do that. Is either apologize or just be like, oh, so let's just fight or something. Because that's the only thing you could do at this point. So I was just like, I told him suck my dick. And I'm like, turn it off if you feel like it. And Cance was like, no, I told him not to. I'm like, let him. Like, he never did, but...
If it's somebody in public threatening you like that, yeah, you earn the right. You know?
Yeah. Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. I'm gonna show you something. There was this girl on my Facebook that... Mind you, right? Mind you. Her uncle died. That was the point of this post on her story. I will leave it to you to find what's wrong with this post, with the picture in the post. I sent it to you.
Damn, I'm sorry for coughing a lot. It's just a stupid ass. Well, it's cold. It's going
cold,
away.
It's not your fault.
It's not. It's not cold. I'm weak. What the fuck? I'm so sick about my uncle passing. I ain't gonna lie. My uncle ain't deserve none of that. My baby is a legend. Wait, what? I'm so sick about my uncle passing. I ain't gonna lie.
Isn't that what she said? Like,
my uncle ain't deserve none of that. My baby a legend. These pussy assholes.
Apparently that like they like shot him or something like that. But like,
yeah.
Why would you post that picture? to talk about your uncle dying.
Yo, women
like
are
who goes like, yo, take a picture of outside or some shit. Put a picture of your uncle. Why would you take your camera, open the camera app, put it down to your vagina, take the picture, and be like, yeah, this is good for me talking about my uncle.
Yo, women be sexualizing everything now. Oh, holy fuck. This is crazy world. This is a crazy world, bro.
I mean, she did say pussy ass hoe, so maybe she was like, y'all need to see what pussy looks like, so you know what I'm talking about. Shitting, pooping.
I'm sorry, I'm shitting, pooping. But yeah, this is weird. This is some stupid shit. At least take a picture of a tree.
Do something.
Take
like
a picture of another object or something. Not your camel toe. What is? I don't get that. Let me show you what a real pussy looks like, you pussy assholes.
Just in case y'all know what one looks like.
Fucking wild.
Where am I at?
Yeah, you're in the right for saying that shit with that guy with the modem though.
Oh yeah, I just told him like, look, what are we doing? Like, when it comes to that shit, like it's not even my internet. Like at the time, it wasn't even my internet. Like it's my parents, so it's just like, so what are we doing now? Because
when it comes to like an anonymous person that has a 3 or 4 pound headset on their head, turning their neck and holding like VR controllers and just staring at you for like a good 40 minutes, that shit spooked me the fuck out, because I was like, how does a human being do that? Unless you're a paraplegic and they set you up to do that shit. Who set you up to do that shit? Who set you up in that position to just do that? That's some scary shit
sent
too.
you?
Who
You
sent
agent?
you? You agent? Agent provocateur? Come on, Derek, you're all over the place.
Hey,
Come on, get up, Derek.
hey, what did I do?
What did I do? La paso kumasim.
Say it again. Have to come.
Oh, I almost forgot to show you this one. This one you can actually watch. We can watch this together. This will give you a trip. Maybe you did watch this today. Maybe you did see this shit pop up on your algorithm and you was like, I might just watch it.
You can't sing for the rhythm of that shit. Don't put your fingers on my glass.
But when I watched this shit, I laughed so hard.
Why is Casamigos? Diana Perazzo, man, like just ruined my life.
I know, right?
You know,
She
that
was
showed
mad.
up. Of course, it's Vice. It showed up on my thing. Like there's videos, and then there's like posts from like the channels, and they're like, she wants to be the first like pop fairy or some shit like that. And I put it, and I swear I put it on my watch later list.
You want to watch it right now? It's pure laughter. It's pure 22 minutes of laughter.
I got you right now. I got it. Let me drink a little bit more because I wanna.
Ooh, yes. Get some in ya. I know this one is gonna be very funny.
Because it's been a while. It's been a while. I'm hype. OSW. They're like how there's like 7 videos in that they're making, and you know what 2 of them are?
I saw them, but I forgot. There was so many videos and shit.
Mortal Kombat 1 and 2.
Ooh, yes, they finally coming out with that shit.
Yo, my favorite movies when I was little, like the fucking Mortal Kombat movies. It was the first one was good. Like I don't care what anyone says, I'll debate it. Like it was so good. They brought the guy for Shang Tsung for Mortal Kombat 11. Like that's how good that movie was. But the second one, it's so bad, it's really good.
Yeah, it's like Tommy was so bad. Niggas did spin kicks at each other. They took turns doing spin kicks at each other for no reason. This shit went on like a good 10-20 seconds, right?
Yeah. I looked at him like, yo, this is so good.
Raiden and Ermac. Word, when I was a kid, I was like, this is the littest shit ever. I want to do this with somebody one day when I'm fighting them. Looks so awesome. Now that I look back at that scene, it was the most retarded scene in like Hollywood history, of like fight scene history. Then they flipped to everything, Justin. Everything they wanted to go to, like every destination, they flipped into. They just turned into a ball and flipped there. Like Raiden always flipped to his destinations. He never teleported.
Matter of fact, look, I'm about to show you my favorite scene. My favorite scene from Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Yo, wait. I'm gonna be weak.
And what's crazy is it's only like my favorite scene is only like 7 seconds.
That whole Raiden versus I don't know if it was Ermac or New Cybot. That shit was hilarious.
Okay, skip to 124 minute 24 seconds. Charge this spell when the other take down insurance.
They're always dancing. They're always dancing around him too.
The flips. Oh, the flips. Not even to fight, just to stand in front of each other. Like that's my favorite scene.
I gotta play it back from zero, cause I didn't even like register that shit as a kid.
You gotta sit back and analyze.
I gotta sit back in. Why were they dancing?
I'm telling you, this movie is revolutionary. Like this movie created cinema.
This guy in the back of his head dancing with the swords. Ermac was so cool looking. Rain.
Yo, the woman who played Sindel? No, lie. The woman who played Jade.
What happened?
Oh, they look good.
Oh, but I like Sindel. Sindel looked really good.
Yeah.
Jade looked good too. You mean the one who played Katana? In this?
Huh?
Was Jade in Annihilation? I think Katana was, or just Katana.
Yeah, she was in 2. Cause in the second one, they're like, oh, in order to beat Shao Kahn, you gotta like find your inner like animality, or some shit like that. So he meets Nightwolf.
He turns into Jade, right?
And afterwards, Jade pulls up on him. Yeah. Look at the flips.
Oh! No! He didn't even complete that flip.
Just to talk.
Just to
Just to
talk.
talk. Like they didn't even yell at each other. They didn't say nothing. They were just like, yeah. So anyway, as I was saying,
This was so lit.
yo, I wish we could do those flips. So like, if we were to see each other, just do that shit. Like just see each other from both sides of the street and just do flips.
Just
and just come
land
up to each other and be like, yo, so what's up, bro?
Land perfectly, like right, like 5 feet in front of each other.
Right in front of each other, do the VRB handshake. Like, what's going on, bro?
Magical. I need that. I need for that to happen. If I ever get rich, we want to buy mad pulley systems and hook them up to trees. And just pull this shit off in like a random neighborhood one day. Fuck.
My second favorite scene is obviously when they turn into really bad, like it's not even CGI, but
Oh, when they turn into like, well, Liu Kang turns into the dragon, he turns into like a Hydron or whatever.
yeah.
Like, he looks like Fujin. He doesn't even look like Raiden.
They should have brought him back for the new Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, it would have been kind of cool.
No, he was the worst Raiden I've ever seen in my life. That's why they should have brought him back.
Oh, no, they shouldn't have brought him back. Oh, I thought you meant like they should have put Fujin in the new one. He looked like he would have played a better Fujin though. He doesn't look Raiden-y. But I would rather him over that other dude they put as Raiden.
Oh, that pussy?
Yeah, he's mad weird looking. Mad off looking.
I feel so bad. Like, they killed off my boy Johnny Cage in like the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Because they couldn't afford him. It was like, fuck it. They could have brought in Stryker for that death scene, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And then they were just like, yo, let's take turns like throwing kicks. You want to do that? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, we done? Back flip, back flip, back flip.
They were sparring. They were just like, yo, like, let's... Attack. Let's do that.
That wasn't even like a spar. Could you say that was like a spar? It was like more like a hot dog grandstand, right?
Yeah, they were just rehearsing.
Wait. Whoa! Shao Kahn knows how to do Edo Tensei? What?
Oh, he summoned something?
Yeah, I never knew that. He's about to like capture the Ten Tails. Oh shit, the ninjas are not having it. They're about to fuck them up. Let me see if I can find. Oh my god, I keep going back. Raiden versus Reptile.
They did Reptile in the Mortal Kombat movie, the new one, dirty.
Oh yeah. And that was like legit Reptile. That wasn't like, oh, one of his relatives or anything like that.
Yeah.
Spin kick, spin kick. Look at that. My nigga is doing tornado kicks to
Isn't this revolutionary?
Wait. Yo, this is mad funny. Legit mad funny. He could just run. Yo, why they just flip all the time? I'm weak. Hold up. 1, 2. 2 front flips. Peekaboos. 1 cartwheel. 2 cartwheels. 3 cartwheels. 4. 5. Alright, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 30. I had to say 30. I just couldn't. I had too much flips. Oh, there we go. Oh. Boop. They done spun and not hit each other for a good while. Oh, that was kind of cool though. He uppercutted him to like the next stage. Like he did some Mortal Kombat 3 shit. Deep that shit. Oh damn. Jax the Skyhead.
Not as bad as you think.
Jax the Skyhead from Sindel. That was crazy. You about to see some crazy shit, Justin. Hold up.
They had Shiva in there for like a good 20 minutes. They had Kano, I think. Sonya killed him in the first one. Who did they have? Who's Motaro?
Yeah. They try to fit in like Mortal Kombat 2 and 3 at the same time. It was kind of weird.
Oh, look at the bad CGI of them like trying to like go through the walls, and you can tell it's obviously computer. Oh, this is when Raiden turned into like a guy in his midlife crisis. Like, he cut his hair.
He cut his hair.
It's like, hey man, look, man, I'm not even the god of like thunder anymore, man.
Every flip in Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Like a really cool substitute teacher. He's like, I know my name is Raiden, but you guys can like call me Ray. Like,
you know, I didn't even mind it when I was a kid. I was like, hey, he looks sharp. Looks like he's about to get a trick.
I love this scene of him fighting the reptile. Oh man.
Yo, I was such a mark for that shit. You ever playing Peekaboo with
Let me
him?
ask you something. We can shoot them, right?
What do you mean?
Like, let's say you're in a fight with like
Reptile?
Shao Kahn or something, or Reptile, or anyone in the thing that you're fighting hand to hand, and you just pull out a gun, and you decide, you know what, I'm gonna shoot them. You think it'll work?
Yeah, Striker pulled out a gun on Reptile.
See, so it's just like, why not just have a gun with you?
But Reptile, you see, that shit don't work on him because, like, he just pick that shit out and regenerate. He's, like, savage like that. He's a reptile. Nigga shot at Sector and Cyrax, that shit ain't do nothing. Liu Kang? Nobody's shooting at Liu Kang yet. You see, that's the thing.